Yeah, I just wanted to put this out. You know, I've been hearing about this little fucker for the last fucking fucking 2 years. The one person I hate worse than Xenu is this kid. That Xeon kid. I hate this kid. Justin Bieber. You know, and they keep showing this kid over and over, and he's always in trouble, and he's always acting up. He never gets in trouble with the law. You know, he's always skating by. So I decided to go look at what this little fucker is. And you can see the name of his song or whatever. This is My World. Now this will mean something in a second. So this little redheaded freak wearing black, what a surprise, is running around saying this is my world. Well, let's see what a Bieber is. A Bieber, the last name, German and Jewish, a Nazi. Now, this is very interesting because this is how the stupidity of humanity. Akasha Nazi is. Don't you see the word Nazi? A combination of Jewish and German? Are you not seeing the correlation that there isn't this hatred between the Germans and the Jews? It's only being propagated at a lower level to make you think that's the case? Don't you see it? They're working together. They're making you think there's two different factions. Okay? These are basically gypsies that chose the Jewish religion, adopted it for themselves, were affiliated with the Germans, and have now sewn this up very nicely. That's why you have a six-pointed star, or the symbol of Saturn, on the Israeli flag. So it comes from the German beaver, or Yiddish Bieber. So that word, the word is used by both Germans, and Jews. Yiddish is slang Jewish. Hence the nickname, possibly for a hard worker. Yeah, hard worker to deceive. Jewishly, it is a name used largely ornamentally, and that's what they're doing. They're throwing it in your face. So let's move over to this. Beware of those, this is what Jesus said, beware of those that call themselves Jews and who are not. Okay, those people are gypsies that adopted the Jewish religion, but are Nazis. Okay, they've infiltrated the real Jews, the real ones, not the ones that you see in power and the ones that want Zionism, because the Nazis want what's called Teutonic Zionism. The Jews want just Zionism, Hebrew Zionism, but they're working together. The Holocaust thing is all a fix because the Akazian Nazi Jews, the ones who are in power and are in league with the Nazis, were not put to death in any kind of concentration camp, which is interesting when you think of the word a concentration camp. A concentration camp. We know that words are very deceiving when you're working in the occult. So if it's a concentration camp, like movies, it's moving energy, right? If it's a concentration camp, right? A concentration camp, maybe they were put there to concentrate. Because maybe people in the occult understand that if you force people and you starve them and you force them to concentrate, things happen. Do you ever think of that? Hitler was very, very big into the occult. What happens if you knew that there was a bunch of people that understood how Kabbalah works? And so you wanted them to help you achieve your goal. Because what prayer does in the Christian church is you're asking the Creator to help you out. What Kabbalah does is you yourself are trying to make it happen. Okay, so it's a concentration camp. You're going there to think. You're going there to create through thought. Okay, I don't know about all the horror stories. All I know is these two guys are working together. So it's a concentration camp. Now I'm going to show you a picture to show you where there's another concentration camp overseas where all of the Americans are supposedly fighting for our freedom. Okay, so you see these guys? These are the guys that are being held in Cuba. Now I want you to look very closely. You see how his hands are tied? He's wearing purple mittens. Okay, he's wearing orange. He's got the face mask. He's got ears on. Okay, he's got earmuffs on. He's got glasses blocking his view. His hands are tied. He's sitting so his feet can't move. You know what that is? That's called sensory deprivation. You can't hear, you can't see, you can't hear, you can't speak. Right? And you can't see. That's sensory deprivation. And what does that do? That throws your mind into a totally different state of consciousness. So the concentration camp. What was the concentration camp? I think it's far from what people think it is. I think we're being built on such a level, so bullshitted on such a level. When you understand that Kabbalah is all about creating solid form from thought. There's no reason for those guys to be tied up like that. There's no reason for this Marine to be yelling at these guys when they have earmuffs on. Okay, and those are industrial ones. The colors are suspicious because we know that they're occultic. I've shown you that there's faces. There's faces in this clothing. You can see it. Okay, I was the first one to put that out. Okay, and I'm still the only guy that's putting that out. There's a reason why there's faces, because they're dealing in another reality. They're trying to form a reality here. So the concentration camp is for concentrating. That's why it's called a concentration camp. The word Holocaust has nothing to do with a big to-do. The word Holocaust is a burnt offering or sacrifice. It's a burnt offering. Bodies were being burnt as an offering to who? To the same Saturn that it always was. The same thing. It's a concentration camp. A concentration saturation, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Believe me, Hitler, if you just studied Nazism, you'll understand this guy was so tied into the Saturnalian agenda. That's all you have to know. This little fucker is representing all of this. Trying to change the way that people think by running around acting a fool, saying, this is my world. And that's why he's wearing black and he's running around with red hair. When are you people going to wake up and understand? I'm sure that some of you do, but I'm not sure all of you do. It's a concentration camp. The Holocaust, it was used in Genesis. When the Lord, not God, but the Lord said, bring your Holocaust unto me. Bring me something. Bring me a burnt sacrifice or some type of an offering. Okay? When you have to make a blood atonement. Atonement is sound, remember? Okay? The reason the blood's involved is because you're killing an animal and the screaming noise is the noise that's the atonement. Because it's pleasing to this God to hear pain. It's how it works.